Hey guys, welcome back to the Major Mike channel. I apologize if I sound a little bit weird. It's because I am sick, but we're gonna go ahead and do the video today. But me and my friend Yippee are going to be teaching you how to professionally roleplay to, I guess, enhance your roleplay experience. So first things first, whenever you're roleplaying on the civilian team, no matter what you are roleplaying as, if you're roleplaying as a criminal or just a normal civilian, make sure to watch out for like the traffic signs and stuff like that, because that could better help your role-playing experience. The next thing is also up here. I noticed that a lot of people will turn left from right here, which you really shouldn't. But really, if you're turning left, you should be in this lane. And yeah. So the proper way to go through a stop sign, I see this a lot in private servers, but basically, here, I'll do it on one that's over here. To not be pulled over for running a stop sign, your vehicle must come to a complete stop. Okay? Whilst if you just go up here, slowly brake, and go, that's like illegal, because you didn't actually stop. Make sure to use your turn signals, and yeah. So the next thing that you're going to want to do in a private server is run inside of the gun store. Now, if you own for example, you buy an AK, right? You can't just walk around with it in your hand like this. It depends on what state, because I don't think open carry is allowed in some states. But basically, you can't pull a crowbar out of nowhere. Can't pull this out of nowhere. But that's about it. So basically, what you're gonna want to do is do this. You're gonna want to type this out, or basically like that. Then obviously, if you have a gun, and then you should pull out your weapon. This is what they call gun motion. So yeah, yeah. The next thing is that also, whenever you're in a private server, don't spam call mod. It doesn't work like that. Basically, the first time you call mod, the message will go through on the side of the moderator's screen. For example, like this. As you can see, my username has appeared right here, and I could just click on it to go. Now if I do it again, a second one's obviously not going to pop up. So it is very, very useless to be spamming mod. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to learn how to act on traffic stops. So basically what to do whenever you're getting pulled over. Alright, another thing, most likely, well, majority of the time, these areas like sheriff's office are going to be safe zones. So if you are in the middle of a pursuit, just don't do this. Like, don't just plow straight through the fence. That's like a really, really bad idea. Alright, so basically my friend Yippee here is going to be conducting a traffic stop on us, just down the road here. So basically, if I just turn, right, as you can see, that's improper lane use. Okay? Because I just swerved over here for a solid 5 seconds and then swerved back, which could also be reckless driving. Alright, so as you can see, he's decided to pull me over. So what you don't want to do is pull over right in front of the fire station. They could arrest you for this, okay, because that's an emergency service area. So what you're going to want to do is turn on your hazard lights, okay, and turn somewhere that is very safe. So like back here, I guess, right over here would be a pretty safe spot to pull over. Now with your hazard lights on, that signals to the police officer that you are pulling over. So basically, he's obviously going to call it in like he just did, and he's going to walk up to my window. He's going to say, like, whatever his name is and stuff, and he's going to ask for your ID. So basically, you're just going to hand him the license, and he's going to go back to the car and run it. As he's running it, majority of the time, people will run. that is not what you want to do. Since you committed a, I guess, minor traffic violation in most roleplay servers, you shouldn't take off. So obviously, as he walks up to my vehicle, he's going to give me a ticket for reckless driving. You're going to say, okay. Obviously, he's going to write up the ticket and stuff, and then just make sure that you review the ticket, and then obviously there's going to be a, quote, court date at the bottom. So don't worry about that. So as you can see, he just gave me the ticket for reckless driving, and this is only a warning or whatever. And obviously sign here, and then just sign it. And obviously you're going to hand it back. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to wait for him to turn off his lights before you should leave. Obviously he said you could leave and I turn off my lights. And whenever he turns off his lights, that is a good time to drive away. So as you can see, I am on the fire department team. Obviously, in private servers, there's going to be vehicles with liveries like mine. So as you can see, if I spawn in my fire truck here, you can see my beautiful livery, and majority of the time, private servers will want you to use their liveries. The next thing that I see in private servers is that fire trucks go to the gas station. Realistically, you shouldn't do that because a fire station or a fire truck is not going to fit. So basically, at the back of the station 1, there is this fuel tank, and to the side of station 2 on the left side, there is one over there. So obviously, if you had the instant refuel, you could just do that. Alright, so I just spawned in a fire here, and if I just open up my MDT, I can go ahead and respond to it. Now, with the new fire department update, it is kind of confusing on how to fight the fire, and basically, I can explain to you. So, majority of the time, if you start a fire near the fire station, it's going to be this house right here. Don't worry about the pole I just hit. So, basically, what you're going to want to do is, as you can see, there is a hydrant all the way over there. First thing you want to do is get your supply intake and get the longest one that you could get. Don't get it if you are parked right next to the fire the fire hydrant. Make sure you get the 50-foot. So as you can see, the fire hydrant, which is right by the fire tower, is now sending water to my truck, and now I will have an basically infinite water resource to put out this fire. So as you can see, the fire is spreading to the front of the house pretty fast. Alright, so basically, if I go ahead and grab an attack line here, a 250-foot should do me just fine. Now, you're going to want to start attacking the front of the house. So make sure you can clear the doorway. Now, in the older version of ERLC, you were able to just walk into the house. Now what you have to do is you have to go over here and grab a Halligan. As you can see right there. I grab my Halligan, I could walk up to the door, and then I could breach it. It'll give you this really cool animation, and you have access to the inside of the house. The first thing that you're going to want to do when you're inside of the house is clear the doorway area. Because while you're in here, obviously you're going to be taking damage, as I am right now, and I am about to die. But basically, you're going to want to get the kitchen out first. So basically, there's a few things that come when fighting a fire. So whichever side you pull up to the fire on is going to be the Alpha, the left side is the Bravo, the back is Charlie, and the right side is Delta. I may have the back of the right side mixed up though. Another basics within firefighting is paramedics shouldn't go inside a fire unless they are heavily needed. Paramedics have their own turnout gear that they have inside of their trucks that they use at car accidents, etc. So as you can see, I just spawned in on the police team, and basically I'm just going to grab a weapon here and spawn in my car. So the basic equipment that you're going to want to have on a police car is basically this, but I like to use the rear light stick, and you can also use the rear light bar, but I like the light stick. Don't equip every single light. Equip the dash light and then the side window lights. And then if you want to, you can have the laptop, and then the wraparound bar and ALPR are pretty useful. And obviously I'm going to get my police livery. So basically on police team, I'm going to show you how to conduct a a traffic stop for the police side and how to do a felony stop as well. So basically, I'm driving up to the civilian spawn right now to meet with EMP to do this demonstration. Alright, so I'm just now pulling up to civilian spawn. Now there's one thing that you need to know about police officers is that they can't run red lights like he just did without their emergency lights on just because they're police. So basically, I can conduct a traffic stop on him because he did run the red light back there. So basically, as you can see, he has his hazard lights on and he's pulling over to a safe area which he believes that he can be safe. Now what you're going to want to do is put your police vehicle in park. Now everyone should be aware of the glitch that happens whenever you put the car in park. It'll move a little bit. That's fine, don't worry about it. Basically, you're going to want to walk up to the passenger side of the police car if you are near a main road. You're going to walk up to him and be like, "Hello, sir. My name is Officer Mike with the River City Police Department. Can I please see your license and registration, please?" Now, I also did forget to add something, but you're going to want to tell them why you pulled them over. "Sir, I pulled you over because you ran the red light back there near Freedom Avenue. Can I please see your license and registration?" So majority of the time, mobile players will end up getting out of the car and handing you their license. Don't be afraid, because they're just on mobile and they shouldn't shoot you or anything. So what you're going to want to do with their license, you're going to walk back to your car and open up your MDT. Now, as you saw, you had the username and you should have memorized it. You have all their information right here. The things that you're going to want to look at is the recent crimes and the not want if they are wanted or not. You're going to want to check their vehicle. And it should say that the insurance and registration is active, which on this one it is. So what you're going to want to do is you can write them a written warning, give them a verbal warning, and a ticket. So I'm going to show you how to do each. Alright, so this time I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a verbal warning. Alright, sir, I'm going to be a little bit nice to you today, and I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You're just going to get a verbal warning today. You can leave my lights turned off. The next thing that you're going to do is do the written ticket, or the written warning. Basically, what you're going to write a written warning for is so that they can acknowledge the fact that you pulled them over. So as you can see, running red light, and then they have a green car, or if you have the vehicle model, and then write the street, and obviously they'll sign at the bottom. Now the next thing you want to do is you could obviously give them a ticket. So obviously running red light, Chevron Canyon, and Freedom app. You're gonna want to write a $50 ticket, or don't do the max, just write something that's reasonable. Alright, sir, you're free to go whenever my lights turn off. So obviously, you just walk back to your car, enter, and turn off your lights, and wait for them to leave before you do. Make sure that you watch them at the next intersection to make sure that they don't do the exact same thing again. So the next thing that I'm going to demonstrate is how to do a felony stop. So as you can see, for example, I open my MDT, I look at him, and he's wanted. Obviously, he's not right now. But basically, I could go ahead and initiate a Code 5 stop. Dispatch, this is 111. I'm going to be initiating a Code 5 stop on this green vehicle. Now, the way you're going to want to initiate a Code 5 stop is you're going to want to pull behind them and angle your car out just a little bit in case they take off. So once you do that, you have a little bit of traffic blocked off, but obviously they can move to the left lane. So what you're going to do is you're going to wait for backup, and at this time it's just literally me and him, so there's no backup coming. So basically, you already know that the vehicle is wanted and that they have a warrant out for their arrest and they are armed. So what you're going to want to do is get out of your vehicle, turn on your flashlight. That may blind them. If they try to shoot you, they could miss. Sir, driver, place your hands out of the window. Alright. Turn around and walk to the sound of my voice slowly. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. Keep walking, keep walking. Stop. Stop right there. Alright, get on your knees. Interlock your fingers behind your head. Alright, so once they get down, you can turn off your flashlight and holster your weapon. What you're going to want to do is hold out your taser instead, and make sure that they're not resisting while you arrest them. Now, obviously, you should know how to give Miranda rights. Sir, you have the right to, sir/ma'am, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you by the state. Do you understand your rights? They have been read to you. So after, if they say yes or no, you're going to want to search them. So make sure you say, do you have anything on you that'll poke, stick, or stab me? And then obviously search their pockets. He doesn't have anything illegal on him, so he's not going to be in possession of a firearm while on a probation. Next thing you're going to do is detain them, grab them again, and put them in the back of your police car. And then, obviously, you cannot transport with your lights on, so you're going to have to find out another way to get them to the jail without crashing or disturbing the peace or anything. So basically, we just entered the DOT. So basically, what you're going to want to do, for example, you're doing road work in a private server, is you're going to want to get a vehicle. So for example, something like this, the cone truck, or the the normal Velfire truck would work perfectly fine. So obviously these vehicles don't work like police cars, primarily because they don't have lights and sirens. They have ambers, and basically what ambers mean is basically that you kind of work for the public. So this is how you would set up some road work. So basically, I'm pretty sure I have cones in my inventory. If not, that's perfectly fine. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab some barricades and block off the front of which road you are working on. So basically, I'm pretty sure this is a decent amount of barricades for that side. Next thing you want to do is you're going to want to grab some cones from the side of your truck, which should be right here. But obviously, I have them in my inventory. Now, what you could do is place them in between here, which is perfectly fine, and I do that too. So as you can see, I have my little area of roadwork set up, and then there's obviously this area right here. So what you're going to want to do for something like this is you could either use road barricades or skinny cones. Now obviously, could just place my road barricade right here. So basically, this doesn't give them access anywhere near the blocked off area that is being worked on. Now basically the skinny cones look like this, and they're just kind of, to go in between, and they're kind of like traffic indicators, I guess is what you would say. So you could just put them in between these cones, and then obviously if Yippee wants to go down here, I will show you how to tell him where and when to go. So as you can see, he's making his way over to me, and basically what I could tell is I could rotate the sign and I could tell him to go slow. Since this is barricaded off, he's going to have to go through here, and he's obviously going to have to be very slow as he passes the sign. And once the other side of the street opens up, he could merge into that road if he really needed to. So that's why road workers do them in increments. Now I do have a really nice screenshot of me and my recording crew doing some road work. And it's pretty realistic, so I could send you a screen. I could put up a screenshot for that on the screen right now. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna be putting up a few screenshots at the end of the video with some nice little music in the background, to just show you some of the roleplay screenshots that I have. But anyways, guys, like I was saying, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.